National crisis rocking the Rivers State chapter of the All Progressive Congress escalated on Saturday following the conduct of the party's World Congress by the factional Caretaker Committee Chairman, Chief Tony Okocha. Darlington Wuju, the publicity secretary of the faction led by Chief Emeka Bekee, accused Okocha of disregarding the rule of law. In a strongly worded statement, Wuju alleged that Okocha and his allies were engaging in actions they had previously criticized. The same people who have loudly protested against others are now shamelessly trampling on the rule of law, Wuju said. He continues to say, they have filed an appeal at the Court of Appeal, but seem either overconfident or hypocritical in ignoring due process. Democracy thrives on the rule of law, and we cannot change the rules in the middle of the game. He further recalled the party's past mistakes in Rivers State, citing the 2018 Congress that defied court orders, which subsequently led to the APC's inability to field candidates in the 2019 elections, despite being the ruling party at the federal level. He said, participating in this Congress today is akin to spitting on the judgment of Justice Sika Aprioku. In contrast, Chief Tony Okocha described the World Congress as a resounding success. In a statement, he expressed satisfaction with the peaceful conduct of the exercise across the 319 wards in Rivers State, emphasizing that it marked a significant step in repositioning the APC to take over the state government in 2027. He said, with the successful conclusion of the World Congress yesterday, we now look forward to the Local Government Congress on November 23 and the State Congress on November 30, 2024. Prominent APC leaders in Rivers State participated in the Congress, including Chief Victor Tombari Giadom, South Deputy National Chairman of the APC, Honorable Ojukaye Flag Amakri, Director of Energy Security at the National Security Advisor's Office, and Honorable Maureen Tamuno, Managing Director of Abuja Investment Company Limited. Others included Dr. Epalibo Banigo, Chief Eric Nwibani, and Honorable Darlin Amade, among others. Okocha praised the leadership style of his faction, describing it as people-centered and inclusive. The APC in Rivers State is united, well-organized and formidable under the leadership of Sir Chief Tony C. Okocha, the statement concluded. Let me start with you again, Bernard, because now you speak for, you are the essay to the governor on Rivers State Media. I want to understand the position of the state, considering what also transpired in the PDP Congress in the state, and now this one is happening. And also recall that there was a court order stopping this Congress, and it was appealed, and that order was vacated, and the Congress went ahead in the instance of APC. What is your take?
Well, you have quoted both Nwa Uju, the publicity secretary of the Emeka Bekee-led faction of Rivers APC, just as you also quoted
Tony Okocha.
I'm not an APC person, you know, and I wouldn't know, I'm not too interested in what happens in APC. APC is not my party, so it's the internal matter. You know, my concern is my party, the PDP. So I can only speak of what I know and where I belong. So, but the time we tell, just like Nwa Uju noted, that
go ahead.
That this kind of thing was what happened to them in 2018. You know, George, my brother here, was with us prior to 2015 up till a certain time, even after 2015 election, and thereafter he moved over to APC, hoping that Amechi and Co would be able to redeem things. And then George was catastrophically disappointed when APC could not even produce candidates for the election.
You're taking a swipe at George.
My brother, don't worry.
Go ahead, George will defend himself later.
So there's nothing to defend, it's what happened now. So, you know, at that time, he felt so disappointed in Wike because expectations, you know, were not really met as expected. Then he went to APC, and thereafter he came back to PDP. You know, and I'm happy to see George back in PDP and supporting the same Wike. But then I told him that Wike was doing well, and he criticized him But my brother came back later and he enjoyed some goodies when he came, and I'm happy for that. He enjoyed some goodies.
He enjoyed some goodies.
He enjoyed some goodies.
Interesting.
It's just that he did not share some to me. He enjoyed some goodies.
Are you now sharing the goodies you're enjoying to him as well?
No, we're here to serve.
Are you?
George was never appointed, but he was.
Now you are an appointee of the government. Are you sharing some goodies to George?
My appointment does not mean that the kind of goodies that George
is clearing his throat. George is getting ready. Now, George, let me hear your take. And then Bernard took a very strong swipe at you. I mean, with a very wide, long hand. But what do you have to say?
Well, what I think that is happening in APC is the internal party, affairs. And there has been a ruling of the court that matters concerning the party, should be handled at that level. What Darlington Umuju is hinging on is the Aprioku judgment, which, validated Emeka Beke. But the APC at the national level had come to say that that tenure has elapsed. We have appointed Caretaker Committee headed by Tony Okocha. So one would have expected all of them to collapse, given the fact that there has been a Supreme Court ruling on internal party affairs. It is the party at the national level is the soul of the party. So if they have come to say, Emeka Beke, your tenure has expired or has stopped, has ceased moving forward, and we are appointing Tony Okocha, I think they should submerge whatever they have in the leadership of Tony Okocha, so that they can move forward. And the party, the Congress that was held on Saturday was not just organized by Tony Okocha. It happened across board. It was from the national that they derived the power to organize that Congress. So I don't know what they are trying to say. The truth is that the party have moved forward. The party have moved forward by electing their ward ESCO. This coming weekend, they will elect their local government. The upper one, they will elect the state. And when that thing is done, the likes of Umuju will only be, making this kind of statement that will hold no water. Because at the end of the day, the national party leadership that has the responsibility, to run the affairs of the party at the national level is the one that is recognizing Chief Sir Tony Okocha to man the affairs of the party in the state. So if I were to be them, I would just advise they submerge whatever ego they have into the leadership of Tony Okocha so that APC can, at least have some semblance of a political party in Rivers State, because as it appears, it looks like a social club. They are not well organized in the state. I'm not talking about the national level or in other states. So they need to eschew whatever differences they have, come together as a people, build a formidable party that will be able to put a strong opposition to the People's Democratic Party.
All right.
Okay, sorry, not meddling into APC internal affairs, but based on what George just said, okay, that national leadership of APC had jettisoned a ruling of a court, a court of competent jurisdiction here in Rivers State, to recognize Tony Okocha as acting, and had declared that the Emeka Beke tenure had elapsed. Now the question I want to ask, Emeka Beke was elected to serve for how many years? Has he served out the number of years as is expected lawfully? If he had not served out...
You mean Emeka Beke?
Yes, if he had not served out his number of years, being that court has upheld...
You should be allowed to
serve out his number of years, because national deciding otherwise is also tantamount to their constitution, which was the door through which Emeka Beke became the state chairman of the APC in Rivers State. I see them having problem in the near future if these issues are not properly addressed. Right. That's all I just want to say.
I think we should have a little throwback on APC.
Lawrence, as of today, the tenure of Emeka Beke, the 4-year tenure that he was elected, has elapsed.
No, it's ought to elapse in 2015.
2025.
In 2025. That's when it ought to elapse. But let's just do a little throwback, because it's not a straightforward matter actually. When Emeka Beke was elected as the substantive chairman of the party, within the state working committee there was an issue, and the APC is made up of 17 members in the state working committee. However, 12 had issue with Emeka Beke's leadership. But the long and short of the whole story was it went to court. And a state high court dissolved Emeka Beke's tenure. Emeka Beke initially, the election, his chairmanship was dissolved by a court. And Emeka Beke went to appeal that decision or the judgment of the court. That matter is still in appeal court. And that matter has not yet been, the appeal court has not yet given judgment on that. Emeka Beke now instituted another matter in a state high court. Now, one thing people do not realize, or a lot of persons maybe do not know, is that this judgment by Justice Sika Aprioku is actually, one would say, is a conflicting judgment, because a sister court had already, prior to this time, ruled on the same matter, dissolving Emeka Beke's faction. And Emeka Beke went to court, to appeal courts, to appeal that matter. And appeal court has not ruled, and he went to the other high court. Yes. Now the question now would be, did Emeka Beke faction even tell Justice Aprioku that a court had initially entertained this matter and given judgment on it? Now, which now brings us to a at this point, who, or like say, the APC national, if they choose to go with the first judgment, can they be faulted? Penalty, can they be faulted? Gender, can they be faulted? If they choose to go with the second judgment, can they be faulted? Having two judgments now, doesn't it put APC national at a crossroad and at liberty to choose the judgment to go with?
The issue is that you have just reminded us now that that matter, based on the first judgment that was given, which dissolved Emeka Beke's leadership, was appealed, and that matter is still pending in the appeal court. So I think the national chairman, the national leadership of the party, APC, should be patient and wait for the appeal to decide, instead of taking any side. Because, for instance, Emeka Beke had also gone to another court
to appeal the judgment of Justice Aprioku.
He even went to Aprioku's thing to get a judgment, which is like a conflicting whatever.
Yes, Emeka Beke.
And I believe that when he went to Court of Appeal, he must have also obtained stay of execution.
But we are not aware that a stay of execution was granted.
I don't know, but I don't. Like I've said, APC is not my party, so I wouldn't know so much about them. Yeah. But we're just trying to look at it from the legal,
different angles,
perspective. So I think what the national leadership should have done would have been to stay neutral, allow the appeal court to finally decide whether the dissolution of Emeka Beke's leadership before,
by the earlier judgment,
is valid or not, before now taking another extrajudicial step by appointing a caretaker and acting in do I say as an appellate. What the national
when Emeka Beke was dissolved, a caretaker was already appointed. I think in this instance you could be looking at because after this judgment, the tenure of Emeka Beke of Tony Okocha, as caretaker expired, and he was reappointed again. So yes, so you have a point.
So Chairman, my closing on this particular topic is this. Unfortunately, I don't have the particular case, but I think Supreme Court has ruled on something similar regarding the internal affairs of a political party, that the court does not have much powers or something like that in it.
Yeah, there is a ruling by Supreme Court that,
for instance, this place is our house. Both of us are living here. The television set is supposed to be here. I put it this way. And you run to court to tell the court that this thing is supposed to be here. Oh man, what right does the court have to come and tell us where we're supposed to put our television? No, I'm just coming. There's a court ruling. If I get that, I'll transmit that to you. There's a court ruling that the court does not have. This is internal party affairs. The leadership of the party at that level, there's a ruling on that. I'm not just saying
there's a ruling, but
the court dissolved the same Emeka Beke.
It depends on the particular issue that is before the court.
No, hold on, gentlemen, hold on. Now, yes, there is this point you have made. However, politicians have always been smart Because what politicians do that I have observed in my research as a journalist is they do not, most times they go and tell court, can you please help us interpret this constitution? Because the party is having issues over the interpretation of this constitution and its factionalized. So what does this constitution, this section of this constitution says? Now, when the court will interpret that constitution, and when the court interprets that constitution, it becomes a judgment. Isn't that what politicians do? Both of you are politicians, so I'm asking you direct questions.
No, see, just
Isn't that what politicians do?
No, like, you see, I was just looking at Judge when he was saying that, talking about internal party affairs.
Exactly my point here.
It depends on
The item that is taken.
It depends on the
You still
matter.
point out to what Judge has said.
It depends on the matter.
All right.
It depends on the matter.
All right, very well. So, Judge, as we round up, what's his final statement on any of the issues we've discussed, actually?
My final statement here is that the National Party Chairman of the PDP, acting National Chairman, Damagu, and the Secretary have written a letter to the court asking them to discontinue the matter of appeal that's pending before them. And that is the right thing to be done because they are the soul of the party. That the national legal advisor does not act on his own.
All right.
By hierarchy, someone is above him and the person for the interest of the party has taken a decision to discontinue the matter. It should be respected.
All right. Bernard, what your final statement as we
My final statement is that what goes around comes around. So whatever the outcome of the decision on the argument in PDP National as it relates to the disagreement in Rivers State.
Right.
My position is, one, it will not also hurt. Let me say it clearly. Whatever the outcome, it will not hurt the governor.
All right.
It will not hurt Rivers people.
All right.
But it becomes a precedence. Are you understanding me? It becomes what? A precedence. But I am sure that the constitution of the party will take precedence on the matter and that justice will be served.
All right. Very well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bernard, for coming on Open Conversation. It's a pleasure having you.